News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
An early winter storm knocks out power to 4,000 customers up in Glacier country. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning for Tuesday, October the 11th, 2016. Skies cloudy in Missoula. As I was coming to work this morning, just a few little flakes of wet snow were falling on my car on the way down to the radio studio. Looks like it's pretty much let up now. Cloudy and 37 degrees in Missoula. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by Bullseye Wear, Missoula's only certified master optician. Call 552-1299. A storm that rolled through northwest Montana brought enough snow and strong winds to cut power to thousands yesterday morning. Flathead Electric Co-op Public Relations Officer Wendy Ostrom-Price has more.
We received an outage call at around 3 a.m. this morning. People were reporting outages, and we have a couple poles down. We mainly have trees down. We had very heavy, wet snow, and that settles on the lines and snaps them. It also takes down trees because, they're not frozen in the ground yet.
Price said around 1,400 people were still without power as of noon yesterday, and that all Flathead Electric Co-op personnel were working to restore power to the region. Price explained how wide the outage was at its peak.
Approximately 4,000 members have been impacted throughout. We've had a total of 34 outages, and again, they vary in sizes across the service territory, some bit bigger than others. Nasty little blizzard blew in here.
4,000 homes without power is significant, but it's a relatively small number of the 63,000 that they serve. Flooding from heavy rains to Phillips County isn't expected to have as large of an impact as previously predicted. The Billings Gazette reports that flood warnings have been lifted for much of the county, but remain for the Milk River in Tampico. In Glasgow, the river's above flood stage could crest at 29 feet. Earlier forecasts predicted the crest would be around 31 feet. The county received 4 to 8 inches of rain since last week, with some places getting as much as 10 inches. Officials say it's still too early to assess damage from the flooding. After 2 children were killed in separate accidents this fall, Missoula Rural Fire is reminding parents about their monthly child safety seat fitting clinics at Station 1 at South and Reserve Street. Lieutenant Andy Brown has details.
One of the things that we've noticed in the area recently is there's been a few incidents that we've had with children either not being secured in the vehicle or not being appropriately secured, and that can lead to fatalities or injuries that just aren't necessary.
Brown said the statistics are overwhelming that car safety seats can save young lives.
Children that are buckled in securely, those rates can go up to 72 to 84% with coming out without an injury, and potentially up to 28% reduction of fatalities.
You can see the video on our website. Also find a link to more child safety seat demos from Safe Kids Missoula. A 23-year-old Libby man was killed in a weekend rollover crash on Highway 287 near Dillon. The Highway Patrol told the Montana Standard the man and a 25-year-old woman were in the car when it went off the road after the driver overcorrected on a left turn near Polaris at about 3 in the morning Sunday. Neither was wearing a seatbelt. Beaverhead County Coroner Ron Briggs said Ronald Dean Willie of Libby was thrown from the vehicle and died at the scene. The woman walked to a nearby residence for help. The patrol said it was unclear who was driving. A representative from Authorized Community Transformation will be in Missoula today to discuss the possibility of establishing a local option sales tax for special community projects. Dan Brooks with the Billings Chamber of Commerce explains how the sales tax would be administered.
The City Council would appoint a Citizens Advisory Panel that then takes suggestions, comments, feedback from the community for the projects that need built, the potential rate of the tax, and the duration of the tax, which would not exceed 10 years.
Brooks explains further how the local option sales tax would work.
The way that we intend it to be used is that the communities identify either a project or multiple projects that they want to have built, and then can accordingly set a rate and a duration in order to pay for whatever project or projects they need.
That meeting is being hosted by the Missoula Downtown Association from 11 8:30 until 1 today. Northwestern Energy is requesting proposals for a new energy production facility in Montana. A spokesman, Butch Larkham, explains.
Right now, our need for electricity comes at a time when it's hot, the hottest days of summer and the coldest days of winter, kind of the times of peak demand. And so that's what we're looking for, is some generation capacity to help us meet that peak demand. And so we're just very early on in what will be a public process to seek ideas and proposals.
Protesters were out in front of the Northwestern Energy building in Butte yesterday, urging the company not to invest in fossil fuel energy sources. However, Larkham says wind and solar just won't meet the needs of Northwestern Energy's customers.
We'll ask people to submit ideas to us, and then we'll take a look at them and see what makes the most economic sense. But realistically, we are interested in generation that is going to meet that demand in the hottest days, and our experience is that maybe solar and wind are not the best options there. And so something that maybe has more flip of the switch generating capacity that we could ramp up real quick or ramp down real quickly, either way, would be something we're most interested in.
Larkham says at this time, Northwestern Energy is forced to buy extra energy on the market during peak use periods, and that a new energy source would help lower costs for customers. Finally, a proposal to add about 9,000 new natural gas wells in southwest Wyoming is putting sage-grouse conservation plans to the test. The proposed project area includes sage-grouse habitat, and there are a number of restrictions on development. According to the Casper Star Tribune, the Department of the Interior decided not to list the grouse in a decision made in September of 2015, in part because the conservation plans developed by states like Wyoming. Our Newstalk time is 6:11.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy skies today with a wintry mix early. By the afternoon, we will see those showers diminish with mostly cloudy skies for the evening commute and temperatures in the mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.